Today's idiom is no word of a lie. It means that what you are saying is absolutely true. This phrase has been used for centuries, evolving from common English to strongly affirm truth. It emphasizes that not a single word uttered is a falsehood. Let's see this idiom in action. First, no word of a lie. I saw a cat riding a skateboard down the street yesterday. This emphasizes the truth of a surprising event. Second, he promised, no word of a lie, that he would finish the report by morning. Here, it reinforces a promise's certainty. The speaker assures the listener the statement is factual.
Two similar expressions are, cross my heart and hope to die, and honestly. Cross my heart is a strong, often childish vow. No word of a lie is more direct and universally adult. Honestly is a milder adverb. Use no word of a lie to emphasize the truth of your statement.
To wrap up, no word of a lie powerfully asserts your truth, assuring your listener of its truthfulness. It's perfect for when you need to convince someone of something surprising or make a firm promise. Practice using it to add impact and certainty to your claims. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is people came out of the woodwork. It means many unexpected, previously unnoticed individuals suddenly appeared. Origin, insects or pests emerging from hidden wooden cracks. This idiom describes people surfacing from obscurity, often in large numbers, with a surprising or sometimes negative connotation. Let's see how we use it. In When the Scandal Broke, critics came out of the woodwork to share opinions. Previously silent critics suddenly became vocal. In After We Announced the Project, collaborators came out of the woodwork from every department. Unexpected partners appeared. Both illustrate the sudden, often surprising emergence of people.
Similar expressions, to come out of nowhere, to crawl out from under a rock. Came out of the woodwork is often critical, suggesting previously uninvolved, opportunistic individuals suddenly appearing.
To recap, people came out of the woodwork means many unexpected, unnoticed individuals suddenly appeared. Origin, things emerging from hidden places. It's perfect for describing a surprising influx of people, like critics or collaborators, previously unseen. Use this idiom to vividly describe people appearing unexpectedly. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is, it's like riding a bike. This means a skill, once mastered, is rarely forgotten and easily performed again, even after a long break. It reflects how abilities become ingrained in procedural memory. It stems from the common experience of learning to cycle, popular since the late 19th century. Let's hear it in action. First example, don't worry about getting back on the piano after a decade. It's like riding a bike, you'll pick it up quickly. This implies a skill is readily retrievable. Second, I haven't coded in Python for years, but I bet it's like riding a bike once I open the IDE. It conveys confidence, complex abilities remain.
Similar phrases. You never forget how to swim parallels deeply ingrained physical skills and automatic recall. It comes back to you is broader, for any returning memory or skill. Like riding a bike stresses effortless reactivation, while it comes back to you can imply initial effort.
In summary, it's like riding a bike describes skills that, once mastered, are never forgotten and easily performed again. Rooted in the common experience of cycling, this idiom highlights our powerful procedural memory. Keep practicing. Some abilities stay. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is I pored over this book. It means to read, study, or examine something with great attention and care, often for an extended period. The word pour comes from a 14th century English word meaning to gaze fixedly, perfectly capturing the intense focus required. Let's look at examples. First, the detective pored over the crime scene photos, searching for any overlooked detail. This shows meticulous examination. Second, before the exam, I spent the entire weekend poring over my notes and textbooks. This signifies intense, prolonged study. Both emphasize careful, dedicated examination, whether for details or deep learning.
Similar expressions include delve into and scrutinize. Delve into means exploring a subject deeply. Scrutinize focuses on critical, detailed inspection. Pore over specifically highlights the intense concentration of reading or examining material, often physically bent over it.
In summary, to pore over means giving something your complete, focused attention, often a book or document. Remember its origin of a fixed, intense gaze. Next time you're deeply engrossed in study, you're proudly poring over your material. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is, it's high time we did. This powerful phrase emphasizes that something should have been done earlier and is now overdue, urging immediate action. It signals that the ideal moment for an action has passed, making its current execution crucial. Its roots are in older English grammatical structures, specifically the use of the subjunctive past tense after it's time to express a desired, often overdue, hypothetical situation. The word high simply intensifies this sense of urgency, making it clear that action is not just due, but critically so. Let's look at how "it's high time we did" is used in everyday conversations. For our first example, it's high time we had a serious talk about our budget. Here, the speaker feels the budget discussion has been put off too long and needs to happen now. It's not just time, but high time, indicating urgency and perhaps a bit of frustration that it hasn't happened yet. Our second example is, the kitchen is a mess. It's high time we cleaned it thoroughly. In this scenario, the kitchen state is clearly overdue for a deep clean. Both examples showcase the idiom's power to convey that an action is not merely suggested, but critically necessary and should have occurred sooner, pushing for immediate attention to the task at hand.
While "it's high time we did" conveys a strong sense of overdue urgency, let's explore some similar expressions. "It's about time we did" is a slightly milder version. It still suggests something is overdue but with less intensity, more like, "Finally, it's time." For instance, "It's about time we took a vacation." Another similar phrase is, "We should have done it ages ago." This directly expresses regret or criticism for the delay, but doesn't necessarily push for immediate action in the same way "it's high time" does. So, choose. It's high time when you want to emphasize critical urgency and a strong push for immediate action.
To recap, "it's high time we did" is a fantastic idiom for conveying that an action is critically overdue and needs to happen now. It implies that the ideal moment has passed and further delay is unacceptable. Remember its roots in the subjunctive mood, signaling a desired action. Use this idiom when you want to emphasize urgency, perhaps with a hint of impatience or a firm push, encouraging yourself or others to finally address a task that has been put off. It's a clear call to action, demanding prompt resolution for something that has waited long enough. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is, "I don't want to split hairs." It means you wish to avoid arguing about extremely small, unimportant details or making overly fine distinctions. Historically, this expression dates back to the 16th century European discourse, referencing the literal act of dividing a hair to symbolize excessive, often pedantic, precision in discussions. Consider these examples. First, let's just agree on the main plan. I don't want to split hairs over the exact wording of every single sentence. Here, the speaker wants to focus on the big picture, avoiding minor textual debates. Second, the report is mostly accurate, so I don't want to split hairs about a minor typographical error. This illustrates a refusal to dwell on a trivial mistake when the overall content is acceptable.
Similar expressions include nitpick and quibble. Nitpick means finding fault in tiny, often insignificant details. Quibble refers to raising trivial objections or arguing petty points, while split hairs emphasizes the act of making overly fine distinctions. Nitpick and quibble describe the behavior of the person doing it.
To summarize, "I don't want to split hairs" is a useful idiom for expressing a desire to avoid dwelling on trivial details. Rooted in the idea of extreme precision, it encourages focusing on what truly matters rather than getting bogged down in minute points. Use it to keep conversations productive. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is, "he made a blunder." This means someone made a significant, embarrassing mistake due to carelessness or poor judgment. The word blunder emerged from 16th century Germanic words, initially describing a clumsy, sightless stumble. It conveys a noticeable, regrettable error. Consider examples. The new CEO made a blunder by revealing sensitive company information. This shows a professional misstep. She knew it was a blunder to argue with her boss in front of the team. This highlights a social misjudgment. Both illustrate significant, noticeable errors with consequences.
Similar expressions. To make a gaffe means a social blunder or embarrassing error in manners. To mess up is more general, informal, applicable even to minor mistakes. Blunder implies a serious, often public, embarrassing error of judgment with noticeable consequences.
In summary, "he made a blunder" means he committed a significant, embarrassing mistake. Originating from words about stumbling blindly, it captures poor judgment. A blunder is a noteworthy misstep with consequences, not minor. Use it for substantial, regrettable errors. Keep practicing. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is, "he has money to burn." This vivid phrase describes someone with such an abundance of wealth that they can spend it lavishly, even wastefully, without any financial worry. Imagine having so much money you could literally set it on fire without feeling the pinch. It emerged in the 19th century, drawing a clear picture of extreme affluence where resources are so plentiful they could be used for something as frivolous as fuel. It's about having more than enough for necessities and luxuries alike. Let's look at how he has money to burn is used in context. Our first example is, after winning the lottery, Mark truly had money to burn, buying luxury cars and a mansion. Here, the idiom perfectly illustrates Mark's newfound extreme wealth and his subsequent extravagant spending. He's not just rich, he's so rich he can afford to be careless with his money. Moving to our second example, the tech CEO's extravagant parties showed he had money to burn, sparing no expense on entertainment. This shows how the phrase can highlight a pattern of lavish spending, not just a single instance. Both examples paint a clear picture of someone with immense financial resources, able to spend freely and excessively.
While he has money to burn speaks of excessive wealth leading to lavish spending, let's explore some similar expressions. Rolling in money suggests someone is extremely wealthy, often implying a vast, continuous stream of income. You might say someone is rolling in money if they've had a consistent financial success. On the other hand, flush with cash implies a temporary abundance of ready money, perhaps after a bonus or a big sale. It's a short-term financial high. So, money to burn emphasizes the spending, rolling in money, the vast accumulation, and flush with cash, a current, often temporary surplus.
To sum up, he has money to burn beautifully captures the image of someone so wealthy they can afford to spend with absolute abandon, even wastefully. Originating from the literal idea of burning money to show extreme affluence, this idiom is perfect for describing those who are truly unconcerned about their finances due to vast riches. Keep an ear out for this expression in everyday conversations, and don't hesitate to use it when you want to describe someone who seems to have an endless supply of funds for luxurious or extravagant purchases. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is I got choked up. It means you became so emotional, perhaps with sadness or joy, that you couldn't speak clearly or felt a lump in your throat. This phrase figuratively extends the physical sensation of choking, where something blocks your airway, to emotions blocking your voice. It powerfully conveys being overwhelmed. Let's see, I got choked up in action. First, when he saw his daughter graduate, he got choked up and couldn't finish his speech. Intense joy and pride made him unable to speak. Second, she got choked up while listening to the beautiful song, remembering her grandmother. Music and memories can also profoundly affect you, making your voice falter emotionally.
I got choked up means specific difficulty speaking from emotion. Get teary-eyed implies tears forming, often a related feeling. Be overcome with emotion is broader, meaning deeply affected emotionally, potentially including being choked up. Choose choked up when the primary effect is the emotional inability to verbally express yourself.
To recap, I got choked up vividly describes moments when emotions tighten your throat, making speech difficult. Rooted in the physical sensation of a blocked airway, it's a strong metaphor for being truly overwhelmed. Next time you're profoundly moved and find yourself speechless, you can effectively use this expressive idiom. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is try not to get in the way. This phrase means to actively avoid obstructing, hindering, or interfering with someone's progress or an ongoing activity. Its origin is quite literal, stemming from general English usage in the 16th century and beyond. Imagine someone physically blocking your path. Over time, its meaning expanded figuratively from simply standing in a physical way to causing hindrance or obstruction in a broader sense. It's a useful reminder to be mindful of others' space and goals. Let's look at how we can use this idiom in practice. For our first example, please try not to get in the way of the movers. They need clear access to the door. Here, we're talking about physically impeding someone's movement, literally blocking their path. It's a polite request to keep the area clear. Now consider our second example. He told his team to try not to get in the way of innovation, even if it meant changing established procedures. This example uses the idiom figuratively. It means to avoid creating obstacles or resistance that could hinder new ideas or progress. Both sentences clearly show how we use try not to get in the way to express the importance of avoiding obstruction, whether physical or metaphorical, in different contexts.
While try not to get in the way emphasizes avoiding hindrance, let's explore some similar expressions. Stay out of someone's business is a more direct phrase, specifically advising against meddling in personal or private affairs. It means to mind your own concerns. Don't interfere is a broader caution against intervening where your involvement might be unwelcome or unhelpful. Both convey a similar sentiment of non-obstruction, but get in the way often relates to physical or procedural blocking, while these focus more on personal involvement or meddling.
To summarize, try not to get in the way is a versatile idiom urging us to avoid obstructing or hindering others, whether physically or metaphorically. Rooted in the literal idea of blocking a path, it has evolved to cover any form of impediment. So, next time you're working on a group project or someone is trying to complete a task, remember to be mindful. By consciously making an effort not to get in the way, you contribute positively to efficiency and harmony. Keep practicing this useful phrase. I'll see you next time with another great expression.